think we're ready to get started now. Again, thank you all for being patient and waiting for us. Good evening and happy holidays to everyone in case I don't get to see you before you leave tonight. I sincerely hope that everyone is feeling well and finding ways to stay warm. It's cold and blistery outside. I also hope that you were able to attend the reception a few minutes ago. We're elated to have so many students and staff in attendance tonight, and thank you all again for coming. If you should ever need to know what decisions were made at board meetings, feel free to reach out to Dr. Johnson or any board member. Minutes of our meetings are posted on the website after they have been approved during the following month's meeting. We encourage everyone to stay informed and stay engaged in what we're doing in Clinton City Schools. The correct knowledge is power. Tonight, I have the distinct honor of introducing Pastor Justin Wade. He's the newly appointed pastor of First Baptist Church here in Clinton. Pastor Wade is a graduate of Livingston College in Salisbury, where he earned a bachelor's degree in religion and philosophy, and also a graduate of Duke University Divinity School in Durham, where he earned a Master's of Divinity degree. He has been accepted into Columbia International University in Columbia, South Carolina, in the PhD program for organizational leadership. Since he was 5 years old, Justin yielded his life to the Lordship of Jesus Christ, and not too long after embraced the calling on his life to preach the gospel. In September of 2024, he accepted the call to serve the First Baptist Church as the interim pastor. In June of 2025, he was named as the senior pastor. In his spare time, he enjoys watching wrestling. I bet that's fun. Playing video games and honing his comedic skills. He enjoys spending time fishing with his grandfather. He diligently studies the Word of God. He does not take his task lightly and solicits your prayers as he continues to walk in his calling. Join me in welcoming Pastor Justin Emmanuel Wade to offer our opening prayer. Pastor Wade.
There we go. Let us pray together. Father, tonight as we gather here in Clinton High to celebrate the tremendous achievements and awards of faculty, staff, and students, we thank you for giving us the ability to do what we love and what you have graced us to do. And God, tonight, while we may be celebrating, so many around our nation and around our world don't have much to celebrate about. God, help us to share our celebration with those who are not able to boast in the achievements that they have, but rather, God, allow our reflection over what you have graced us to attain to serve as a witness of your power at work in our lives and as reason to bring those from the margins to the middle, that they too may have an opportunity to witness and to be a part of celebrating what you would do in their lives. God, may we never turn a blind eye, especially in this season. In this season of celebration, in this season of newness and arrival, God, keep our eyes open, not only on things, but on people who bear your image and who walk after your likeness. Now, God, it is my prayer tonight that long after we have concluded from this moment, after business has been discussed, that God, you will fill us with love for one another and strength to accomplish that which you have graced us to steward. Continue, oh God, to make us thankful for the daily bread that you provide. And God, give us the grace and the faith to follow you into the future. This is our prayer in the name of our King to come, Jesus the Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Wade, for your faithfulness and your willingness to serve our community. Please let us know if we can be of assistance to you in the future. I welcome students and their parents, staff, community, all board members, those who are joining us in person, and those who are joining via live stream. Special thanks to Mr. Lowe for assisting with technology tonight. Today is Monday, December 8th, 2025, and I officially call today's meeting of the Clinton City Schools Board of Education to order. Our theme is One Dark Horse, Premier Driven. Our vision is our destination, where we're going and when we plan to get there. Our mission is our purpose, our goal, why we exist. It inspires us to action. And our core values are what we believe. Our values drive us and motivate us to continue the course of action. Our deepest gratitude is extended to our frontline and essential workers, those who care for us and protect us. As everyone knows, we can't do this work alone. Your hard work, commitment, and dedication are recognized and appreciated. Our thoughts are also extended to our students, employees, and their families who are coping with sickness and the loss of loved ones. Please remember our city, county, state, national, and our international leaders and partners as we address all the challenges that we face today. I will call the roll as I call your name. Please answer as I call your name. Board members and attorney, Mr. Jeremy Edgerton.
Present.
Pastor Rosie Emanuel is not with us tonight. Mr. Clark Hales.
Present, Madam Chair.
Dr. Oscar Rodriguez.
Present.
Ms. Carol Worley.
Present.
Attorney Rebecca Williams.
Present.
Thank you. Superintendent and staff, Dr. Wesley Johnson.
Present, Madam Chair.
Dr. Linda Carr.
Present.
Ms. Emily Devane.
Present.
Mr. John Lowe.
Present.
Ms. Sheila Peterson.
Present.
Dr. William Van III.
Present.
And Ms. Valerie Van.
Present.
This is Ms. Van's first official meeting. We welcome her to Clinton City Schools. Let's give her a round of applause. She's been a little stressed the last few days, but she's doing a great job.
I'm okay.
Please stand and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our next segment on the board is public comments, and no one has registered for this session. So we'll move on to approval of board agenda. Board members, you've had an opportunity to review the agenda. I ask for a motion to accept the agenda as written.
I make that motion.
Motion made by Mr. Edgerton. Can I get a second?
Second, Madam Chair.
Second, Dr. Rodriguez. All in favor, let it be known by the word aye. Aye. Opposers have the same right. The motion is carried. Next item is approval of consent agenda. Board members, you've had an opportunity to review the consent agenda. It was very extensive this time, but I'm sure you've had an opportunity to review that. I need a motion to approve it.
Make that motion, Madam Chair.
Motion made by Dr. Rodriguez. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Hales. All in favor, let it be known by the word aye. Aye. Motion carried. Thank you. We've had celebrations since 4 o'clock this afternoon, so now we're going to celebrate some more. We have students and staff in attendance with us tonight for, I'll say, part 2 of our celebration. 'Tis the season to be jolly. So we've been jolly in Clinton City Schools for a while. So I'll ask Dr. Carr and Dr. Johnson to help us with this. And board members, as soon as we get our first group up, we'll ask the board to move to the front of the stage, and we'll do our handshakes at the front of the stage. Thank you all.
Thank you to all that are here to celebrate our student successes. We're going to ask that principals come up with our students of the month and our students. And we are entering on this side, and then you'll receive your award. We'll get pictures taken, and then you're going to exit on this side. We're going to start with our November students of the month. Okay, we'll just call her name. Thank you, Mr. Dirks. Rashida Rich is a kindergartner in Miss Avery's kindergarten classroom. She's kind and gentle and is always brightens the classroom with a sweet smile. She loves helping her teacher and friends, whether it's helping pass out supplies or sharing crayons with somebody that might have forgot theirs. Rashida's humble and she never looks for attention. She simply enjoys making others happy. Her friendly nature makes everyone feel welcome, and she's the first to greet new classmates with a warm hello. Wherever she goes, kindness seems to follow, making her classroom a happier place for everyone. So let's give her a round of applause. And we'll bring up our Butler Avenue Elementary November Student of the Month. And if our December Students of the Month want to go ahead and line up, that would be okay as well. Our Butler Avenue Elementary School recipient is Milan Zuniga Carnitas. Milan is a great student. He makes good choices inside and outside of the classroom. He is respectful and helpful. He shows compassion to his classmates, and we're grateful to have him in our class. Let's give him a round of applause. Important people shaking hands of important people. Congratulations. Our Sunset Avenue Elementary School November Student of the Month. We'd like to congratulate Joseph Clark. Joseph shows gratitude by thanking others and appreciating their help. He notices when people help him, and he always shows care. Let's give Joseph a round of applause. Congratulations. And Sampson Middle School, Cameron Sampson. Cameron Sampson is a kind and gentle soul who consistently brightens our classroom community. He shows respect and empathy and a genuine care for others in everything he does. Cameron approaches his work with dedication and curiosity. He always gives his best effort and encourages his classmates to do the same. We're proud to recognize him and Cameron, our sixth grader, overall November Student of the Month. Congratulations. And for Clinton High School, Rhett Howard. Rhett is an amazing student. His general world knowledge is very impressive. He treats others with kindness and respect. Let's give Rhett a round of applause. Congratulations. And we're going to move on to our December Student of the Month. We're going to start with Elsie Carr. Elsie Carr Student of the Month is Alexander Ramirez. Alexander is one of the most well-rounded students that I've ever met or had the privilege to teach. He is not only an outstanding in all his academic areas, but he's also a perfect example of what it takes to be a horse. He cares about his fellow classmates and is eager to help the teacher and help his classmates at any time. Congratulations, Alex. Love, Miss Dudley. Congratulations. Butler Elementary, Student of the Month for December is Hampton Bradshaw. Hampton is a caring and kind student who always notices when others need support. He offers gentle encouragement, uses kind words, and makes sure everyone feels included. Whether he's cheering up a friend or inviting someone to play or patiently helping a peer, Hampton consistently shows empathy beyond his years. His everyday actions, sharing supplies, lending a hand, and treating others with respect. He creates a warm, welcoming classroom. Hampton is a wonderful role model whose compassion makes our first grade class a truly special place.
All right, Hampton.
And for Sunset Avenue Elementary School, we have Holly Honeycutt. Holly assists a fellow student every afternoon with getting to the daycare van. She consistently demonstrates patience and kindness, even when the student becomes distracted or tries to wander off. Holly is truly heartwarming to see a young person showing such compassion for others and supporting someone who may need a little extra help. So let's give Holly a round of applause, even though she's not. And Sampson Middle School's recipient, Miranda Morales. Okay, with Miranda, we would like to recognize Miranda because she represents the kind of excellence that often gets unnoticed. Miranda's intelligent and humble, and she consistently gives her best without asking for attention. She shows quiet leadership, strong character, and determination that deserves to be celebrated. Today, we want to honor someone who truly embodies hard work and heart. Miranda deserves this recognition, and we're proud to nominate her. Do you want to get a picture, Mom? And for Clinton High School, Nicaire Brewington. Nicaire is an active participant in class. He always gives his best effort. He works hard in both his academics and extracurricular activities, showing dedication and a strong work ethic in everything he does. Let's give Nicaire a round of applause. We're going to continue the celebrations by moving to art. We have a beautiful Clinton City School artwork for the holiday contest, and these were selected out of the entire school, representing kindergarten And if these students will come across the front with their teacher and principal, I'm sure the parents would like to get a picture with the administrator as well as the art teacher. And then we have holiday art on this side, and then we have School Boards Association artwork on this side. And then we'll come across to shake hands with the board, I guess. I'm going along with the setup here. All right. You're going to just celebrate them from up there? Okay. All right. Works for me. All right. So for kindergarten, this beautiful artwork was created by Freddie Aguilar Cruz, and he is in kindergarten. And Miss Emily Colt is his teacher. Let's give Freddie a round of applause. Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Okay, our next selection is actually second grade, and our second grade artwork is Melissa Navarro, and her art teacher is Christy Slack. Melissa, I don't know why, but your artwork makes me hungry. It makes me think of a gingerbread house. Let's give Melissa a round of applause. And representing Sunset Avenue in the 5th grade, we'd like to recognize Taylor Driver. Her art teacher is Mallory Strickland. Let's give Ms. Taylor a round of applause. And representing Sampson Middle School, Elena Zalea. Is Elena here? Elena, do you have Dachshunds in your home? Well, this was very creative. Good job. And her art teacher is Elena Lemon, and she had a personal appointment this evening. Let's give Elena a round of applause. And I don't believe Mr. Ray is able to be here with us tonight either, but representing Clinton High School, Tanaya Bell. Is she with us this evening? All right, let's give her a round of applause for her artwork. Okay, and moving right along with artwork, we have submissions that the art teachers shared with School Boards Association and for elementary school, and one for each grade level was able to be submitted. So we're going to start with kindergarten. Receiving an honorable mention and also recognition from the school. So she was selected from her school, but she also received honorable mention from School Boards Association. Alexa Funes Grandios. Let's give her a round of applause. Okay, and for Butler Avenue's first grade, We'd like to recognize Jamison West, who received the school award for first grade, but also received an honorable mention at School Boards Association. And in second grade, Jeffrey Perez gets a special recognition for representing his school. Let's give Jeffrey a round of applause. And in third grade, Sunset Avenue, we'd like to recognize Aubrey Camacho, and not only received the grade level recognition, but Aubrey also received honorable mention from North Carolina School Boards Association. And in fourth grade at Sunset, Avery Magistro. Special recognition and representing fourth grade. Let's give Avery a round of applause. And for fifth grade, Alejandro Herrera, representing his grade level and also receiving honorable mention at the School Boards Association. Let's give Alejandro a round of applause. And those are the elementary categories that are available. In middle school and high school, you're able to submit a video. It has to be 1 minute or less. So you've got to get a powerful message across very quickly. So our next recipient needs to be recognized. Jackson, are you here with us? Okay. Jackson created this by himself. So he is the sole videographer, and he also edited it and put it together. Is very professional, and received $2,000 for his school for his efforts. So I know you want to see this greatness, so sit back and be ready to be impressed. That is very impressive.
He lost by 1 vote. The overall side, you saw a fantastic job. I saw the one that won. Jackson was better.
Exactly.
I don't know what awesome greatness Jackson's going to do, but he's already making great impression on his community. And that was phenomenal. I just I'm blown away. I have watched it several times, and I know Dr. Johnson felt that way. He texted me right after Jackson received second place and mentioned, there's no way, because we knew his was good and better. Okay, and for middle school, is Miss Brown able to be with us? Okay, well, she put together the video for the middle school, and so we'd like to share it with you.
Good to see everyone tonight. One of my favorite things to do in this each month is to do what we just did, is to recognize our fabulous students for the hard work and dedication that they put in each and every day to be dark horses. Then my second favorite thing to do is to honor our employees. So at this time, I have the pleasure to move forward with our November Employees of the Month. And we're going to start at LCK, and we're going to acknowledge Miss Anna Rouse. If you're here, when I start reading your bio, you can just come forward. I do have your certificates here. If not, then I will give these to the principals. So LCK Elementary November Employee of the Month is Miss Anna Rouse. Miss Rouse joined our LCK family this year as a self-contained EC kindergarten teacher. She is an amazing EC teacher that values relationships with her students. Her lessons and activities are creative and geared towards student needs, even with the challenge of her students being at different levels of development. Ms. Rouse is dependable, reliable, and willing to help others whenever needed. We are blessed to have Ms. Rouse as part of our team at LC Carr. Congratulations on being selected as our November Employee of the Month. Moving right along to Butler Avenue, Mr. Carl Bell. We are excited to recognize Mr. Carl as our Employee of the Month. Mr. Carl works hard, is kind-hearted, and always has a friendly demeanor. Each day he goes above and beyond to keep our bathrooms and hallways clean, and he always does it with a smile. He has also pulled double duty in the cafeteria, yet finds a way to maintain his classroom duty by rearranging and quietly coming into empty trash cans. He doesn't mind lending a hand, or making sure teachers have what they need. He is also a great role model for our students. The smile on Mr. Carl's face, his laugh echoing down the hall demonstrates the joy and gratitude Mr. Carl has as part of the Butler Avenue family. He takes great pride in keeping our facilities clean and welcoming for everyone. Mr. Carl is a positive asset to our schools and a wonderful employee. Mr. Carl Bell, Butler Avenue, November Employee of the Month. Moving on to Sunset is Miss Amanda Lee, and Amanda is in attendance tonight. She's going to get her certificate and her gift card here that we have for all of our Employees of the Month. So Amanda, as she's coming forward, come on. Miss Lee does an exceptional job as our third grade math chair. She is organized, dependable, and always ready and willing to help others. Her leadership and teamwork make a positive difference. in our team's success, Miss Amanda Lee. Congratulations. I love when they come. Sampson Middle School Employee of the Month is Miss Heather Jernigan. Don't read what it says up there because it says Jennings, but her name is Jernigan. So Heather is a great co-worker and teacher. She goes above and beyond for her co-workers as well as her students. Her students adore her and confide in her because she is a source of guidance and comfort. I enjoy having her as a teammate. She always works with students to make sure all information is at their various levels. She is plugged into the students to the point that they can trust her with anything. When working with peers, she always has fresh ideas and incorporates it with already implemented infrastructure. She is informative, hardworking, diligent, and caring. Miss Heather Jernigan, Employee of the Month, November, Sampson Middle School. Let's make sure I don't lose their gift card. Moving on to Clinton High School is Miss Hollis White. Miss White is a great teacher who supports students and athletes during their downtime or whenever they need help. Her students say, although she's a very cool and chill teacher, she is also a good teacher. I have never understood history as easily as I do this year in her class. Another student shared, I wanted to vote for her because of her encouragement. Even on my toughest days, she's always in my corner, cheering for me and wanting me to improve. Clinton High School November Employee of the Month, Miss Hollis White. And finally, for our November Employees of the Month from the Central Services is Mr. Donnie Morris. Mr. Donnie Morris is a passionate and hardworking employee who goes above and beyond his responsibilities. He resolves technology issues, closes service tickets, and supports the transition and implementation of new laptops, desktops, and systems across the district. His commitment and reliability ensure that staff and students have the necessary tools for success. Central Service, November, Employee of the Month, Mr. Donnie Morris. We're going to transition to December Employees of the Month, and we're going to start again at LCK. December Employee of the Month for LCK is Miss Tricia Hudson. Ms. Hudson has dedicated 19 years to educating students at Clinton City Schools. Kind of hard to read. And we are very blessed to have her as part of our LCK family. She has served in key leadership roles, including grade level chair and longtime chair of our school hospitality committee. Ms. Hudson keeps her students engaged through creative lessons and consistently places the needs of others above her own. Her passion, kindness, and unwavering commitment make her truly deserving of the Employee of the Month honor. Congratulations, Ms. Hudson, December LCK Elementary Employee of the Month. Butler Avenue Elementary School, Miss Jody Hall. After a long and difficult season, Jody has returned with quiet calmness, bringing back her spirit of kindness and peace. She cares deeply for our students, always putting their needs before her own. Every day she works tirelessly to ensure our school runs smoothly, often contributing behind the scenes in ways many don't see. We are truly blessed to have her loving, steady presence as part of our school community. December Employee of the Month, Butler Avenue, Miss Jody Hall. This young man is definitely with us tonight. I have seen him already. Sunset Avenue Elementary School, December Employee of the Month, Mr. Jeff Royal. Jeff, I'm going to do my best to read this because it's kind of in the way here of this. Well, I think I just messed mine up. Mr. Royal has devoted over 30 years to teaching, and he still, hold on a second. He still gives his his whole heart every day. Jeff is a steady, reliable presence who brings calm, support, and well-timed humor to even the busiest days. He connects deeply with his students and pushes them to reach their full potential through high expectations, encouragement, and tireless dedication. Known as the Math King, he goes above and beyond, repeating concepts as many times as needed and pulling small groups to ensure every student succeeds. As I'm not reading this part. As he nears the end of his time with us, I don't like that, Jeff. His absence will be felt by students and staff alike. We need more educators like Jeff Royal, Sunset Avenue, December Employee of the Month. Sampson Middle School Employee of the Month for December is Mr. Gary Kirby. Mr. Kirby arrives early and stays late. He was there on Sunday when I went to the weight room. He constantly cleaning up after our students, and if we're honest, the adults too. He leads with care and works tirelessly to keep our school clean and shining. In addition to caring for our building, he and the custodial team also clean up after all of our sporting events. They do so much for us every single day. Thank you, Mr. Kirby, for all you do. Gary Kirby, December Employee of the Month for Sampson Middle School. I don't know if Laura's here or not. December Employee of the Month for Clinton High School is Miss Laura McClam. So Laura stepped into an unfamiliar environment, determined to make sure every student was cared for. She truly deserves to be our December Employee of the Month. Laura is one of our new guidance counselors here, and we stole her from Dr. King, so we're happy for that. But December Employee of the Month, Clinton High School, Laura McClam. Y'all know I wouldn't have said that if Jamie wasn't in here tonight. And then Central Services Employee of the Month is Mr. Wawa Coe. Even on the days when Mr. Wawa Coe is not feeling his best, he continues to show up with unwavering commitment as a valued member of the Dark Horse family. His presence, work ethic, and positive spirit reflect a true testament to how far determination, resilience, and personal pride can carry an individual. Wawa embodies what it means to rise above challenges and remain dedicated to the mission. We are truly proud to have him as part of the Dark Horse family. If I ask you, if you will, to continue to keep Wawa in your thoughts and prayers. Central Services, December Employee of the Month, Mr. Wawa Coe. All right. Am I doing this next section as well? All right. I know this young lady, you know, and so I would love to do this. So Dr. Angela Harding Newkirk, if you are with us, and I believe you are, I'm going to read a little bit about you. So Dr. Newkirk was a finalist for the Sand Hills Region Principal of the Year. Why is that impactful? Because last year was her first year. And she turned the school around. You probably won't see this tonight, but year before last, the school was like at a -3, like 8.5 EVOS score. And this year we went all the way to a +3. If you don't know the statistics behind that, that is incredible. So she was a finalist for the Sand Hills Region Principal of the Year. Butler Avenue Elementary Principal Dr. Newkirk recently had the honor of interviewing for the Sand Hills Regional Principal of the Year. She says the experience was truly humbling and allowed me to reflect on the various roles I've had the privilege of serving in over the past 17 years. That reflection reminded me of the importance of being a well-rounded educator, one who can shift culture, drive transformative innovation, and empower staff in order to provide the best educational experience for our students. It has been an honor to represent our district as one of the 6 regional finalists. Congratulations, we're proud of her. We're honored that she has chosen to return back to Clinton City School because she left me at one time, but we're glad to have her back. I don't have anything for you tonight, but just know I got a Christmas gift for you. You probably already know what it is, but you're going to get it again this year. So sausage, there you go. Congratulations, Dr. Newkirk. Even though Dr. King has got on me about my gift. He doesn't like my gift, but we're going to continue to move forward on this. At this time, we're going to acknowledge another young lady, and this is Miss Carol Worley. If you actually came in earlier, we were having a reception for our county commissioners and for Miss Worley. I'm going to read a little bit, and we already have given her her gift, but I am going to read a little bit about Miss Worley here. So Miss Carol A. Worley, Vice Chair of the Clinton City Schools Board of Education, makes history as the first school member from the district to receive the distinguished NCSBA Raleigh Dingman Award. The Raleigh Dingman Award, established in 1981, is the highest honor bestowed on a North Carolina school board member. Since 2003, recipients of this honor have also served as an ex officio member of the North Carolina State Board of Education and the NC Board of Directors. I'm glad because she gets to go be a part of that state board, and we know she's going to champion rural and Clinton City schools in her commitment there. Clinton City Schools is proud to recognize Ms. Worley for her legacy of leadership and community service. Nearly 16 years as a board member here in Clinton City, Carol Worley is a shining example of what it means to take care of students and help them thrive, says NCSBA Executive Director Leanne Winter. We honor the 2025 Raleigh Dingman Award recipient, Ms. Carol A. Worley. Absolutely. She can say whatever she wants to say.
Good evening. So when the board chair gives orders, we just follow through, right? So yes, we've had the ceremony out front and I have given remarks, but she says remarks need to be on record. So I'm going to repeat a snippet of what I had to say out there because I am truly deeply honored to have received this award. And when I was first elected back in 2010, and I attended my first school board meeting, the annual conference in Greensboro, I saw all those people going up there getting those awards. And I thought, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. So I set my sights on 3 goals, which were the top awards that I was witnessing in the room. And when we were sitting at the table, one of our board members who's in the room now, Diane Visor, sat there beside me and she said, "You can do that." When they called out the Raleigh Dingman Award winner, she said, "That can be you." And we talked about that out there in the lobby just for a little while, but she said that back then. So I set my sights on the 3 goals. The top award for board member training, the top award is a Scholar Circle, and that's for board members who've received 900 hours or more of training. And I received that award in 2023. The next award I set my sights on was to serve on the North Carolina School Boards Association's Board of Directors. And I was allowed to do that, nominated to do that from 2016 to 2020. And the third goal that I set for myself was to receive the Raleigh Dingman Award, as Diane had encouraged. And I have to say for 2025, I am the Raleigh Dingman Award winner. So I have achieved all the goals that I set for myself from day one here. So over the course of this journey, I have been blessed to have so many accountability partners in my life. They continuously remind me of who I am, and they confirm for me that I'm truly on divine assignment in this role. I know that I'm a servant leader, and I have a liberal spirit, and I just give. I don't wait to be asked. I give when I see a need. So I truly, truly thank God for entrusting me with the responsibility to be a voice for so many of the students and the employees throughout our district. I thank my family, obviously, for their sacrifices, but none of this would be possible without the board members sitting around this table right here, because you see, your board members have to nominate you. So if you're not on one accord and you're not getting along and you don't have good relationships, it doesn't matter what kind of work you do in the community or throughout the district. if everybody doesn't see it the same way, then you won't get the nomination. So this is historic because this is the first time that someone has received the award here. And I'm grateful for that. So working with this board, superintendent, all these leaders sitting around the table, the leaders that are out here and the leaders throughout our district, these have been my most fulfilling years of service. So yes, I have filed for re-election because I'm going to stay the course. I continue to show up for the students and the people in this community because, as our former Congresswoman, the Honorable Shirley Chisholm once said, our service is the rent we pay for our privilege of living on this earth. And I believe that. You often hear it said that life is short, but let me tell you that once you've been directly impacted by the loss of someone that's really close to you, then that phrase will become more than words. And I bring that up because this is the holiday season. And I want to encourage each one of you to spend time with family members this holiday season. I don't mean just buying them a nice gift. I know they want the gift, so you can give them the gift as well. But I want to encourage you to give them the gift of you. Give them your time because that is so much more valuable than any gift that you can give them. So I'm going to take my seat, but I want to wish all of you all a Merry Christmas. I thank you for being here tonight. And yeah, good night.
Thank you, Ms. Worley. It's truly an honor to serve alongside of you. As she noted, nearly 16 years, and she's filed for re-election. And so looking at serving at least 20 years here in Clinton City, that's something definitely to be proud of. We have one more person that we're going to recognize tonight. And so as I'm going to ask Dr. King to come forward, as he's coming forward, I know I picked on him twice. But I just want you all to hear from me how much I value this young man's friendship. And we have lots of conversations about things that are going on in both districts. He's a loyal friend, and I'm looking forward to continuing to see great things happening in Sampson County Schools. So this time, I'm going to turn it over to Jamie King for one more recognition, and then he's actually going to present on communities, schools as well. Dr. King.
Good evening, everyone. Chairman Dr. Brunson, Superintendent Dr. Johnson, thank you all for allowing me to be here. Is Coach Spell here? I did not. Oh, there you are. You were sitting right next to me. I didn't even look at you. Come on up. So I'm here tonight, not as superintendent of Sampson County Schools, but as a member of the board of directors of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. I represent Eastern North Carolina on the High School Athletic Association, and we're here tonight to recognize Mr. Brad Spell. So this evening, we recognize Brad Spell as the recipient of the 2025 Charlie Adams Distinguished Service Award. What does this award represent? It honors the legacy of Charlie Adams, who was the longtime North Carolina High School Athletic Association commissioner. He championed sportsmanship, integrity, and opportunity in high school athletics. It is presented to individuals who exemplify outstanding service, leadership, and commitment to student athletes. I want to be very clear, this award is not about wins, and it is not about championships. It is about character, it is about service, and it is about impact. It is a significant accomplishment for any district to have one of its own recognized for this award. Mr. Spell's recognition reflects positively on Clinton High School and the entire Clinton City Schools community. Mr. Spell is a servant leader who consistently goes above and beyond in his role to support student athletes, coaches, and families. His leadership ensures that Clinton High School's athletic programs operate with excellence, are grounded in fairness, safety, and opportunity. His steady involvement with the North Carolina High School Athletic Association has strengthened collaboration, compliance, and communication statewide. He is known for his professionalism, his reliability, and his genuine care for the students that he serves. He embodies the values that Charlie Adams championed: integrity, service, humility, and dedication. His work has made a long-lasting impact on more than just Clinton City Schools. On behalf of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association, it is my honor to present you the 2025 Charlie Adams Distinguished Service Award to Mr. Brad Spell of Clinton High School. We'll say Mr. Spell was awarded his plaque at the High School Athletic Association regional meeting, so in front of all of his colleagues and fellow coaches. Keep right on going. All righty. So now I'm here, Jamie King, a superintendent from Sampson County Schools. I also serve on the board of directors of Community Schools. So any school district that runs a community schools program, that superintendent is required to serve on the board of directors for community schools. So here to share with Clinton City kind of some information about community schools and kind of what that looks like. So again, thank you for having me here. Again, when we talk about community schools, we really talk about the heart of our school system. We talk about the heart of our community. When we work together, we know that communities thrive, but we know that when we don't, kids pay the price for that. So today I want to talk to you about the kind of things that we're doing in the state around community schools. We know that when kids come to the buildings, they bring more than just a backpack with them. We know that kids face food insecurities, unstable housing, mental health challenges, assistance at home, attendance, behavior. Our teachers and principals do extraordinary work, but they cannot solve these challenges alone. And so when we talk about teachers, we know that we ask teachers to do everything from teaching and learning, which is their main role, to being a nurse and handing out Band-Aids or a hug to kids, or giving kids a donut and breakfast, or helping kids with mental health, asking kids to do extra things outside, plugging them into community resources. We ask our teachers to be the heroes every day and for every kid, for every need that they have. Teachers need help. Teachers can't do it alone. And so community schools is a model that really is trying to wrap our arms around schools and not just ask teachers to do it alone, but to tell teachers how to plug in, right? Our teachers get really frustrated because kids show up and they don't know how to give kids the right direction, right? One day it's health, one day it's food, one day it's actually need you to teach me, right? I need you to be the teacher. And teachers are asked to do all those things. And so what we need to do as districts is to help teachers know how to plug in and really get the help that students need in the communities. And so community schools is a way of doing that. Community schools is across the state. We're looking to expand our partnership. It's in State Superintendent Mo Green's strategic plan to expand community schools partnerships and to have one community school, at least in every single county in the state. That's his goal by 2028. I will say in full transparency, there are 137 initiatives in Superintendent Green's strategic plan. This is one of them. We have had lots of conversations, again, as we continue to expand community schools about adding new school districts in new communities. And so what community schools really provides is a framework for how schools can reconnect their communities, how they can really get communities to buy back in and be the center of the school. It is different than communities in schools, which is really a program. This is not a program, it's a framework. What it comes with is a community liaison. So any of your schools that want to be a community schools, they get a full-time staff member. It's a community liaison. How I've kind of explained a community liaison to principals is think about how you're running the inside of your building, you and your assistant principal. This community liaison is really the assistant principal for outside. It's really who is making those connections, bringing the community back into the building, making families connected to what services are out there. There's also some dollars that come with it. So there's a $100 per ADM, so per student enrolled at the school. And that goes to the advisory board. Part of community schools' efforts is really to get the community to not just show up at open houses and parent nights, but to get the community to be a part of the decision-making process of the school. So schools also are required to create advisory boards, and that advisory board then helps the school kind of make some decisions. But really the four models that really are around it are integrated student supports, so mental health, physical health, basic needs. Extended learning opportunities is the second one, so that's tutoring, after school learning, summer learning. Third is family and community engagement. Families are as real partners, right? Not just a one-way communication, but a two-way communication with parents. And then finally, fourth is a shared leadership. It's really decisions driven by a team and not just one individual. So again, we can share more information, answer any questions, but just wanted to give you kind of a high-level overview of what community schools is. I'm glad to answer any questions. Let's either I did a really bad job or a really good job.
Board members have any questions of Dr. King about community-based schools?
Say it again.
Thank you, thank you.
They want you to make sure you help out Clinton City Schools.
I got you. We're partners in this. I will say, like Dr. Johnson said, there's rivalry. Let me be really clear. There's always a healthy rivalry, but we are good friends and we work together. And I think ultimately both Sampson County and Clinton City want the best for all kids. So ultimately we all have the same goals and missions. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. King. I want to take about a 5-minute break. Again, I want to thank all the parents and grandparents and brothers and sisters, siblings, families for coming out, helping us celebrate our students and staff who've done a great job so far this semester. Again, wishing you happy holidays and safe travels and good food and good friends and good fellowship. So we're going to take about a 5-minute break. And then we'll come back to our board meeting. And those of you, you're welcome to stay to the remainder of the meeting. Or if you'd like to leave, you may do that as well. Thank you. Let's take 5 minutes. curriculum instruction. And Dr. Carr is going to introduce Dr. Carroll and her staff from Sunset Avenue School to present their school improvement plans and then the high school is going to do theirs. Dr. Carr.
Thank you, Dr. Brunson. Each year, each school has to submit their school improvement plan to both the public as well as the school board to be approved. And if anyone wants to read these in depth, if you'll go to the Clinton City School website, it will have, just like it is here, it will advertise how to get into the school improvement plan, and then you can check it out in detail, and that's for each school. We had one school in November, Sampson Middle School, and tonight we have the opportunity to hear more about the school improvement plans from Sunset Elementary as well as Clinton High School. We're going to start with Dr. Carroll and her team, and she's going to introduce her staff, and each person has a piece of the school improvement plan that they would like to share with you. So I will turn it over to Dr. Carroll to present Sunset Elementary School Improvement Plan, and then Mr. Green will follow with Clinton High School's plan. And we're going to hear 2 more next month.
Good evening. We're excited to be here. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our team, and they're just going to line up over here so they can see you and you can see them, and we can just talk about the great things we're doing at Sunset Avenue. My first person I'd like to introduce is Samantha Naylor. She got married, and her last name is now Miss Spell. She teaches 4th grade math. Then we have Miss Angelina Hardison. She teaches 4th grade ELA. We have Miss Amanda Lee. She teaches 3rd grade math. We have Miss Jackie Centine. She teaches 5th grade science. Miss Patricia Anderson. She teaches 5th grade science and math. We have Miss Heather Matthews. She teaches 5th grade ELA. Miss Amy Turner, who teaches 5th grade math. Miss Jenny Jordan, our Clinton City Schools Teacher of the Year, who teaches ELA. We have Miss Carissa Rayner. She teaches our EC resource and content replacement. We also have Miss Heather Rose, who teaches our content replacement. Miss Cynthia Lawson, who teaches 3rd grade ELA. Miss Luz Ortega, who teaches our ML learners. And we also have Miss Schmidt, Miss Brewington, and Miss Mathis, and Miss Nicole Boykin. I wanted to share a group of community members that have become a part of Sunset Avenue's family. And I've given them this nickname, and I asked Miss Visor if it was okay. I'm calling them our Graves grandparents. There they are. And they were coming and working with us on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They work with 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade doing reading and math. And I asked Miss Visor to come and just tell you just a little bit about that.
Thank you, Dr. Carroll. What Dr. King was just bringing up and sharing about the community schools made me think, you know, that's a lot like what we're doing. We were part of a program called Connect Church, and our church is right around the corner from Sunset Avenue. And the staff said, well, we said, when came to them, said, what can we do at your schools? I said, sit down with the kids, do one-on-one, do some instruction. We just want the children to know that the community around them, and most specifically right in their neighborhood, care about them. So we do a little tutoring, math and reading Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. And we are very, very honored to be welcome in the school. And we think we're making a little bit of an impression on the kids that there are people in the community who care about them. We don't need to be there. And I think they understand. We're just there to show them we care and maybe make a little progress. Anyway, thanks for letting us be there. Thanks for tonight.
And the kids love them. The kids love to see them come each and every Tuesday and Thursday. So we are just thankful for you and everything you do for us. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and start with our presentation. Yes.
So their back's not to the audience, maybe half of it.
Sure. Yes. All right, we're going to split y'all up. There we go. We can do that. Of course, our mission and vision. Our vision is by 2026, Clinton City Schools will be the premier learning community in the Southeast, improving the world one dark horse at a time. Our mission, of course, is to educate all students to their highest level of academic performance and to prepare them to become productive members of society. All right, this is our goal for next school year in reading. And you can see the 3 different bars, and they're highlighted over here. It says by 2026, the overall proficiency in reading will increase 3 percentage points. Reading proficiency for 24-25 is measured by the reading EOG was 46.1%, which is an increase of 3.3 percentage points. Reading proficiency for 23-24 measured by the reading EOG was 42.8%, and reading proficiency for 22-23 is measured by the reading EOG was 43.2%. So we did meet our goal from last year, and I'm going to let our ELA teachers tell you about the next slide of what we're doing to continue to increase reading proficiency and student growth. Tag.
Speak for sure. So one of the things right now is we're starting middle of the year testing, and part of that is doing data talks with the students as we're going through and having them identify areas of strengths and weaknesses. And so as we're going through the testing, you know, after they get done, they'll look at their data, use it, and we'll meet some goals for the end of the year, set some goals as well.
We also meet monthly with an MTSS team, so they identify any kids that are 2 or more grade levels below. So we take those kids and we say, okay, what gaps are they missing? And we as a team, this is administration, we have our guidance counselors in there and the school teacher. We talk about what gaps can we help them fill, and we meet monthly to get updates on them. With those same kids and more, we actually do bursts. So those are intervention lessons, and every teacher in the school has a burst group. So there's a specific time that all kids in your class that are burst students go and they get help with fluency, reading comprehension, phonics, blending, things like that that they're missing. So we do that every day, and they get progress monitored on that. At least every 10 days is our cycle.
We have already data on every student in our school, and that's both reading and math. We utilize that data and the M-Class data that we collect to determine who receives burst services and any other MTSS or small group instruction. Now, this is also for our lower students as well as for those that we want to push even higher to enrich during the day.
We meet weekly. We have weekly PLCs, standard-based intentional lesson planning in these PLCs, and we discuss common assessments.
Do you have any questions for the ELA teachers?
Okay, our second goal area is to increase our ML subgroup proficiency. By 2026, the ML subgroup will increase by 3 overall in proficiency. In 2025, the ML subgroup had 48% overall proficiency on the EOG, which is a 9.1 percentage point increase. In 2024, the ML subgroup had 38.9% overall proficiency on the EOG, and in 2023, the ML subgroup had a 39% overall proficiency on the EOG. I also wanted to put up here our EL progress, but I figured I'd just slow the roll for just a minute because they rocked that out too. And this is Miss Ortega. Miss Parker was here. And Miss Ortega is just going to take just a minute and explain to you some of the great things that her and Miss Parker are doing with our ML students.
Not only Miss Parker and myself, but everybody else in school. So if we talk about here, the key actions that we do over here, students are grouped according to language proficiency levels, and utilize the Ready, Set, Go Newcomers Kit to help develop vocabulary, which aligns to the science of reading and life skills necessary to communicate. This is a new thing that is implemented in our school this year and is going great. Finish line for ELLs to prepare for WIDA access. Provide research-based language support materials to content area teachers and attend PLCs with core teachers for planning and data discussions. Learning AZ, which engage students with decodable books intentionally written so students apply their cumulative phonics and high-frequency word knowledge as they read connect texts. So when we look into the data sources, we go to ELP goals and student data tracker. We do the accommodations and modifications tracking and monitoring by administration. This is our big thing, the WIDA Data Access 2.0, which is also shared with parents. I already screener data passed BAST assessment, data from common assessments and EOG tested content areas, check-in data and RTA. If you see those, the last ones, we shared that with the content area teachers. And we are so happy about this.
Thank you, Ms. Ortega. Our goal area 3 is increase mathematics proficiency. By 2026, we'll increase proficiency in math by 3%. Math proficiency in 2024-25 is measured by math EOG with 64%, which is an increase of 9/10 percentage points. Math proficiency for 23-24 is measured by the math EOG with 63.1. Math proficiency for 22-23 as measured by the EOG was 61.9. We've recognized that this is an area that we are focusing on heavily this year, especially our 4th grade mathematics classes. Math teachers, let's see, they're 1. Come on, 2, 3. And they're just going to talk to you about some of the different things we're doing to increase math across the grade levels.
In 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, we're using our Avid binders to help students stay organized, to encourage them to study at home, to keep parents informed of what's going on in the classroom, and to teach responsibility. We use iReady. We use it for personalized lessons on their path. We use the slides when we're teaching. It creates instructional groups, and we also use the diagnostic to show growth, and we use it for lots of data points at school. We all take the same common assessments on SchoolNet, and we all try to have an answer sheet for each test and review it so students can realize their mistakes and be better test takers. We have data talks with our students, and we keep all of that on a chart in our Avid binder so students can be accountable for everything that they're doing. And we have bi-weekly PLC meetings to discuss data and set goals.
We also use the MTSS process with math as well as ELA. So that's one thing that we do. And we do appreciate those volunteers that come in twice a week to help with the math and just learning facts. So we appreciate them to work with them.
Okay, thank you, Matt, folks. Goal area 4 is increasing our science proficiency. As you know, this past 2025, there was a new science test, and our teachers really didn't get that much professional development or training or support for this EOG. And also, normally when they restructure or renorm an EOG, it is not counted for the following year in growth or proficiency. They did not do that for us this year. So this counted for everything across the board. So our science proficiency for 24-25 as measured by the new science EOG was 57.9%. So we can't go backwards and look at the previous year's data because it's comparing apples to oranges. So we take a lot of time in Clinton City Schools and looking at where we are compared to our surrounding schools and surrounding districts and districts that look like us and things like that. So we like to look at our neighbors. And if you'll notice in there, Sunset Avenue is at 57%. We've talked with our science folks and everything like that, and we're going to reach out to some of these places, Hargrove, Clement, and see what they're doing and see if we can, share some things and do some things to increase our science scores. I have Miss Senti and Miss Anderson, and they're going to come and talk to you about some things we're doing new this year to really, really increase those science scores.
Some of the questions that we found on the EOG this past year is that they're asking like investigation questions, like they're giving a full investigation and they have to go back through and figure out their answering. So it's not just a multiple choice, what does this word mean, or what is, what are they asking? It's a full investigation they have to run through, and it may be kind of like the reading, they have 3 or 4 questions to go along with it. So we're jumping back into that this year, and we're trying to incorporate more of that into our lessons. We are doing the check-in data. We're doing the same common assessments across the board. And we're doing, we're keeping student trackers. I can't think off the top of my head.
What else are we doing?
Yeah.
So far in science, we're doing, like she said, a lot more hands-on inquiry-based activities with our students. So they're not just sitting there getting information from a book. As far as training, we are using some of the probes that we've had in previous years that kind of encourage like deep thought instead of just surface level things. And like she said, we're using a common assessment among all the 5th grade students. I think she touched on most of those things. We have Devin showing us some AI-based tools that we can use to help plan and keep up with our science goals. I think that's basically it. Did you have any questions for science? I think she had a question.
All right. We have goal area 5, students with disabilities. By 2026, the overall proficiency for students with disabilities will increase by 3%. Students with disabilities overall proficiency for 24-25, as measured by the EOG, was 27.9%, which is a 6.5 percentage point increase. Students with disabilities overall proficiency for 23-24 was 21.4%, and students with disabilities proficiency for 22-23 was 21.9%. We have Ms. Rayner and Ms. Rose, and they're going to talk to you about some different things we're doing with our EC content replacement and EC resource students.
Good evening. So for the EC resource students, they're going to be working with our language program and our Number Worlds program, where they're in small groups and we can work with them, even one-to-one actually. And we also look at their iReady diagnostic data when we're looking at their plans. When we're making those up, we look at that. And we're also right now doing in-class data with some of our content replacement students. So we're doing some of the same things that Ms. Naylor Spells suggested that they're doing with their 4th grade classes as well. And content replacement, we're looking at doing the HMH with our content students to help them along so that they're not, like overly scared whenever they see an EOG. So we're working with the reading comprehension to further them along so they do well with that. Also, what else do we have? Yeah, we did cover burst and HMH that we're working with our students. Mainly we're working with them in small groups and one-to-one to help them and further them along.
I think Ms. Rayner pretty much touched on everything. The one thing I do want to say is we are given explicit phonics instruction through Haggerty. We use that, and just like Ms. Rayner said, we're doing iReady, and then we teach a lot of small group and one-to-one gearing towards those IEP goals, and through the grade level content as well.
Another thing for our students with disabilities that I want to highlight is we just got Miss Deanna Triplett for 3 days a week to come, and she's going to work with our inclusion students and some of our resource students. So Miss Rayner and Miss Cogdale do not have such a large load of students on them. So that's fantastic. That happens actually tomorrow. So do you have any questions for us?
Any questions for Sunset teachers and administrators about their school improvement plan? I just have one about, I noticed that you said that you're doing data talks with the children. I think you said maybe weekly. What about data talks with parents? How are parents engaged in those?
Oh, yes.
Those talks?
Yes, we have throughout the each 9 weeks we have meetings with parents and things like that, and of course the teachers invite parents in and touch base with parents to talk about grades. Of course, through the MTSS process, we talk to students that are tier 2, tier 3 students, and that way they're able to come in and get the help that they need. Also in February, we're going to have a week-long parent-teacher conference, just where we invite all parents to come in. We already have teachers doing that right now. They're coming in, and we really encourage call logs, calling each parent, touching base with each parent, not just with negative things, but with positive things. And we have a lot of folks in the building that do check-ins with students that are at risk, and then calling parents if we need to touch base and things like that about student grades and everything like that. And also we send various reports home throughout the year. So when we finish with M-Class and we finish with the iReady diagnostic, those detailed reports that explain each thing will go home to each child. And then the parents will touch base with any parents that have questions or with any students that have concerns. And Ms. Boykin wanted me to add that the parents are also invited to attend the MTSS meetings as well.
Thank you, Dr. Carroll. Any questions from board members?
Not a question. I just wanted to thank you for the partnership you've created with the local church there in the neighborhood. I think that's phenomenal, and I hope other schools in our district follow that model. That's extremely impactful. So thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Anybody else? Any other comments? I agree with Mr. Hale. Those are some of my best friends out there, and thank you for helping us. Continue to help us. It's been a while, right? Thank you so much. Thank you to Sunset Avenue administrators and staff for what you're doing for those children. I see you have great results already, and I'm sure those results will get greater as you go along. All righty. Dr. Carr, you're going to pull up the next school? Or do you want me to just call them? All right, our next school is Clinton High School. Mr. Green and his staff.
All right, good morning. You can tell where my brain is at. Good evening to everyone. So I'm not gonna speak much tonight, but I'll be available to answer any questions. So I'm just gonna bring the delegation of our SIT team up so that they can go ahead and talk about what Clinton High School has in store for this year. So I'll turn it over to Ms. Slater, Dr. Dave Yarshevsky, Ms. Melissa Reese, and Jeffrey Tart.
Hello. All right. Can you move on? Yeah, I'm ready. All right. So just like the other schools, we are presenting our student school improvement plan. Our SMART goal, we always start with a SMART goal, and our goal is to increase our overall school performance grade from a 57 to 60, and to increase the average grade level proficiency of all EOC tested areas from a 41% to a 44% by the end of the school year. Using that, we decided to come up with the school improvement team, came up with 3 indicators that would kind of be the best bang for our buck. Because as you know, high school is a little bit different from elementary school. We have EOCs, we have students taking CTEs, work keys, different types of things that kind of filter into these. So it's not just our math classes that are working on these goals, it's all subjects. So our 3 goals are going to be D102, and we'll go into a little bit more depth with this, but the LEA school, we aligned all allocation, money, humans, time. A104, all teachers frequently assess student progress with a variety of evaluation methods. And A401, the school improvements, implements a tiered instructional system that allows teachers to deliver evidence-based instruction to meet individual needs of students. So.
Good evening. Basically, what we did as far as the indicators, I'm going to focus on the key action items. SIT team sat down, initial review of funds available from state, local, capital outlay, and we allocated the money according to the school-wide goals and the indicators that we had. Basically, what we did is we talked about and discussed, took into consideration school performance. All right, we got input from the teachers, and then we looked at our relative data. And where we determined we would be able to have the most impact is more or less where we dedicated the funds and allocated the funds toward. Okay. And in addition to that, in keeping with, and taking into consideration the social and emotional piece of that, I know in CTE specifically, which is the area that I'm in, we always constantly reevaluate and look at different avenues as far as improving the programs, possibly updating, maybe eliminating, something that no longer, serves our purposes here to allow us to prepare the students to be more career ready.
All right. A104, teachers will frequently assess student progress with a variety of evaluation methods to make appropriate curriculum adjustments based on results. Our key items for this area is all of our teachers have a PDP goal that addresses 4A. And 4A, for those who do not know, our teachers know ways that learning takes place, including intellectual, physical, social, and emotional learning. Because again, we're not just targeting students in math classes and reading classes, we're targeting all students. And this way we can reach our goals that we want. We also meet with our PLC teams every other week. And we fill out notes, we look at data, look at, groups of students, what their goals are, what our goals are, and how to drive them. And also, there's that key piece about parent buy-in, monthly meeting agendas, target groups of students. We're calling home parents with students with D's and F's. We're calling home for those students who are being successful and they are reaching our goals because that's what we have to do. Data sources that we look at are access test scores, PLC minutes, common assessments, NC check-ins, and EVAS data.
Good evening. So our school looks at and implements a tiered instructional system that allows teachers to deliver evidence-based instruction. And what we use is the delineated tier instruction. And our focus is to bring attendance up. We would like to intervene and meet with students and work with them to find out what's going on so that we can get them back in the school and increase attendance. PBIS committee also utilizes the reward system every quarter based on data that's shared from central office to recognize students and their student success in positive behavior.
All right, these next 2 slides basically talk about trends that we've seen with our school performance score. As you see, we're kind of we're not going down, we're not going up, we're kind of staying the course. This one talks a little bit more. I know that you guys have gone into depth with the numbers. We just wanted to kind of highlight it that we are, like I said, staying the same. Our math rescores have gone up significantly, and we believe that following our goals, we should be able to see some of these areas all go up.
Additionally, what we're doing in the school here, we had introduced AVID program, which is advancement via individual determination. And essentially what that program does in a nutshell, it uses research-based strategies to prepare students for college, career, and community leadership. Mr. Anthony Peterson is handling that for us. In addition, and as part of that, we use the Wicker strategies across the curriculum: writing, inquiry, collaboration, organization, and reading, to help promote rigor, okay, in all the courses. We have school-wide organizational skills, okay, for our students, notebooks and agendas. Each of the students got a daily planner, and Mr. Green makes it a point on Mondays and Fridays to remind them, hey, you know, put in what events you need for next week, make sure you have, you know, your schedule organized and, you know, things in place so that hopefully they'll learn, okay, these skills and carry them with them moving forward. We're also implementing a universal screener to diagnose students with strengths and weaknesses, English and math classes. That's going to start in the spring semester. Refining PLCs to focus more strategically on specific student outcomes, instructional responses, basically looking at the lower performing students or groups, and then, you know, what we need to do to address that in order to increase, okay, their performance. Do you all have any questions about anything we had gone through?
One question. Tell me a little bit more about universal screener. What is that?
Okay, I'm sorry. What, Dr. Brunson?
Universal screener? What? Describe that.
I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Green. He's the guy in charge. Okay, I'm CTE.
All right, so with the universal screener, myself and Dr. Linda Jewel Carr were working on a way that with our MTSS goal, we noticed that we have delineated tiers for academics and attendance and behavior. But the one piece that we were missing is just a really good diagnostic assessment to start off each semester so that we know where students' strengths and weaknesses are. A lot of time what happens is we jump into curriculum and then we're making statements like, well, these students are weak in here. We should have known that before. So in addition to using data that we got from past tests, we want to just know where our students are so that we are embedding in our philosophy, although we have a subject to teach, we are teaching the student and not just pushing through the subject. Because if we don't understand where they're at and just keep going forward, we're really exasperating the problem. So we just want to make sure that we follow what the research says and know where our students are before we just jump into curriculum, so we know where to intervene while we're also advancing the curriculum. So it's just a really, it's a game changer for us to really put that on the front end, as opposed to waiting to about 2 or 3 weeks and then we discover, oh, this kid can't do fractions. But everything we are leading up to, they need to have an understanding of it. So that's it in the nutshell. We're going to see how this system works. We have a new one. It's called Edmentum. We're going to pilot it for 6 months, and if it's good for what we have, we're going to keep it going. If not, we'll kind of see where we need to go for the next system to do it. But we're fairly confident that this is going to be something that we use and keep in our practices going forward.
And if I might add, Dr. Brunson, that was something Mr. Green and his staff asked for. And in addition to receiving the universal screener, and it is right now free of charge for us, the Edmentum company, in order to gain our trust and have us experience their platform, offered 50 licenses per core area. So like 50 students from Math 1 will get adaptive lessons, individualized. So Mr. Green and his staff will be able to identify the 50 students that need those adaptive lessons, and try out the online platform. So he gets that he gets 250 free licenses spring semester. And so you can't help but see gains with that experience, because that's like having another certified teacher teaching along beside the certified teacher that's already available to them. So.
Thank you, Dr. Carr.
Any other questions from board members for the high school? Got one more slide?
No, we're good.
Any other questions, comments, thoughts?
All right.
Thank you, high school.
All right, thank you guys.
For all you do. We need to approve these, right, Dr. Carr? They have to be approved by the board?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, board members, you've heard from Sunset Avenue School and Clinton High School on their school improvement plans for this school year. I need a motion to approve both those plans, or however you want to do that.
I move that we approve the school improvement plans presented by Sunset Avenue School and Clinton High School.
Made by Ms. Worley that we approve both plans for the schools. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second. Mr. Edgerton, any other conversation? All in favor, let it be known by the word aye. Motion carried. Thank you so much. Mr. Lowe?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Chair. I just have two items. Just a reminder that we have shared the proposal from Matrix, who was the group contracted in Clean Classrooms for Carolina Kids to do the lead-based paint assessments. And those vendors have not responded. That proposal from Matrix was about 108 pages long. So it's going to take the vendors a little bit of time to respond and tell us what it's going to cost to mitigate these lead-based paint items across the district. I do have a project update for Sunset Avenue windows. You know that group has been in liquidated damages for quite some time. They finally got the properly sized metal, and they worked this entire weekend, starting actually Thursday, some of the pre-work, and then Friday after school, work Saturday and Sunday. And they've got 5 of the windows in. The update directly from the main contractor is there on the screen. They actually are planning to wrap things up, and we'll have an inspection with the engineering company Wednesday, and then we'll give them any punch list items, and we'll see where we stand. What they've done so far over the weekend looks to be in order, so I'm hoping the inspection goes well Wednesday.
How many days overdue are they at this point, John?
We've been applying liquidated damages at $500 a day since September 9th.
Okay.
So you can calculate that math if you want. It's on them at this point.
Looks pretty good to me.
Very good. Other questions of Mr. Lowe? If not, we're going to skip over Ms. Peterson. We don't want to hear what she has to say. Guess I changed my mind. Ms. Peterson, I guess you're next.
Good evening, board members. In board docs, you have approximately 14 policies for your perusal during your Christmas holiday. So please, reach out to me if you have any questions about those 14 policies. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we know why I want to skip over you. But so we have homework for the holidays. Okay. Thank you. Dr. J.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We do have lots and lots of good news. I mean, how about tonight? We just celebrated all of our students and our staff for a job well done. I'm going to roll through some of this quickly as possible. So we do have the weekly shout outs. John, if you'll open the weekly shout outs. I'm going to just kind of go through those because you should have already had the opportunity to see this. Of course, tonight we did recognize Ms. Carol Worley for the Raleigh Dingman Award. We celebrate that accomplishment with her. Also, we had October was Principal Appreciation Month. We're thankful for our principals. They're in attendance with us tonight, and we thank for each and every day and the job that they give and dedicate to their schools and their communities. Of course, we met the challenge grant. Fantastic, with a lot of support from our staff and our board members. We were able to meet both of those challenge grants. So we will be receiving an additional $100,000 from the Anonymous Trust. We thank our Dark Horse Fellows, and that program continues to grow. We've already recognized and celebrated Jackson Gunnels tonight, so I'm going to keep moving on. The Sunset Avenue, they presented some artwork to the state fair, and they were the 4th overall finisher for all elementary schools in the state. So congratulations to Sunset and their work there. Clinton City Schools recognized National Mentoring Day on October the 27th. One of my favorite things, I probably said that wrong. Monthly, I enjoy to give away those awards, but I absolutely love the character walks. And so we celebrated those the week prior to Halloween, and then also on Halloween, but this is Sunset Avenue's character walk. Another wonderful thing that we got to celebrate was Principal Greg Dirk's retirement. And you don't often see that young man get emotional, but when his son came up on this stage right here and played taps, I watched the tears stream down his eyes, and I was never more proud to call him a friend and a colleague from that day when I saw his son play taps and the tears streaming down his face. Great job, job well done, Principal Dirks, and happy Veterans Day to you and other members of our armed forces. He is retiring with 38 years of service. Of course, we've already celebrated Dr. Newkirk moving on to the semifinals for the Regional Principal of the Year. Next time you're going to win it, young lady. But I will say that Principal Green's former principal was the one that was selected as the Sandhills Regional Principal of the Year. So she helped tutor Principal Green, and we stole him from Cumberland County. So glad to have him as well. Congratulations to Miss Jessica Royal. She was our EC teacher that name was submitted for the state and recognized as an educator of excellence. Butler Avenue had a Conserve Energy Peter Pan program that was sponsored by Duke Energy recently. We have 3 teachers that we've spotlighted. John, you don't have to open those, but again, a big thanks to Stephanie Guerrero. She does a fantastic job, 6th grade math teacher for us. Miss Jessica Royal, this is a different Jessica Royal. We actually have 2 in our district. So Jessica Royal is a 2nd grade teacher at Butler Avenue. And then Mr. Octo Flores is one of our new teachers here at Clinton High School. He is Miss Carias. I know y'all know, many of y'all know Miss Carias. Octo is Carias's husband, and we stole him from Union Middle. So he's doing a great job as well. I can't say enough about our marching band. They won 1st place at every competition they went to this year. Congratulations to all of their hard work. You can see a lot of their pictures here. And then the 6th grade marching, 6th grade band also participated in a virtual meeting with composer Tyler Grant. He wrote one of their winter concert songs, and they got a chance to meet with him. I don't know if you had a chance to see Descendants. I did. I had a date night with my wife, and we came here and watched Descendants, and it was fabulous. We were by ourselves, had a great time that night. You can see some great pictures from our Descendants. Our men's soccer team, of course, we celebrated Coach Spell tonight. Our men's soccer team not only were conference champions, had a great season, went all the way to the Eastern Finals, and lost to the team that we beat in the state championship last year, who, I don't know if y'all know this, but we talk about recruiting players. Do y'all know that Southwest Randolph had 6 recruits that were not on their team last year that played on their team this year that won the state championship? 6 kids that were not on their team last year that played for other high schools and just showed up at Southwest Randolph this year, and they won the state championship 3-0, beat us 2-1. And of course, we know who the true champions were. But you've got lots of stuff there. Our middle school team our middle school football team was county champions. Our football team advanced to the 2nd round and had a great showing. Our cross country team advanced to the regionals. Big shout out to Ruby and Haley. There's a picture of them right there. They did a great job and represented the Dark Horses very well. One of my greatest moments in my educational history was the night that we recognized Coach Charles Strickland. When I first started teaching in Sampson County Schools, my second year, I got moved over to RSMS, and I had the great privilege to coach against Coach Strickland. He was probably my age now back then, and he was a very he had matured into the man that I was not. And so when I was getting technical fouls, Coach Strickland was over there just beating my brains out. So congratulations to Coach Strickland and for his many years of service to our school district. And then we have, I'm not going to spend all the time going over these because these young men and young women will be recognized at our our fall athletic awards evening next Tuesday night, but you can see all the names who earned all county and all conference recognitions there, and their names are there for you. And so those have all been shared with all staff in our weekly shout outs. Any questions about our weekly shout outs? If not, I'm going to move on to the good news items that you may or may not have seen. And so, John, our October newsletter, that's always the shout outs from the previous month. So you all have probably seen our October newsletter. We haven't had a November newsletter because we didn't have a November board meeting. But we'll get that out in this December newsletter. Of course, you all are aware that Congressman Murphy, we saw Jackson earlier, but Jackson did a great job of getting Congressman Murphy to come out to Clinton City Schools. Here's several great pictures of Congressman Murphy. I was absolutely flabbergasted that Congressman Murphy went to all schools and was on our campuses from probably 7:45 till probably 2:15. So we appreciated him being there. He published it in his own newsletter. And then, of course, we have all these great pictures of Congressman Murphy there. Recently, our Clinton Dark Horse Fellows visited the NC State School of Education. They had the opportunity to hear from some former Clinton City Schools educators who were on the panelist and hopefully will be coming back to work for us. You see them there in that picture to the right. And so we thank them for taking the time out to talk with our staff while we were at NC State. Big shout out to our SROs. They always do a great job here in Clinton City Schools. But recently we had Sergeant Fisher, Officer Cruz, and K-9 Officer Remy, who did a safety talk and demonstration at sunset. So you got a great picture there. I have the privilege of going around to watch all of our schools with their recognition ceremonies. And so these are a couple pictures from our first term assemblies. You can see Principal Dirks over there to the left, and then all of our middle school students that got awards to the right. I always love to see this young man because he brings money. So Perry Salas recently came to our office. I was unable to get the picture, but Valerie stepped in for me. And big shout out to Valerie. She's doing a great job, by the way. But she took the picture with Miss Perry Salas and got our money from our ABC board. So we appreciate that work. Deacon Jones, talking about patrons and community. Deacon Jones was able to move forward and send our name, the Clinton High School Marching Band, to the Chevy Youth Sports Program. And they could select one youth organization to highlight, and Deacon Jones Chevrolet selected our Dark Horse Marching Band, so that they have already received a $2,000 grant. Big shout out to, I guess, again, another organization is our North Carolina State Employees Credit Union, the Clinton office, for their donation of office furniture and decor that you see there in front of those pictures. I also like to thank the Rotary Club of Clinton, the nightclub, I'm in the day club, but the nightclub, they collected hygiene bags for all of our schools. I believe the elementary schools have already received their hygiene bags, and the middle school and high school, you're going to be getting yours. But you can see the items that they collected, including body wash, deodorant, washcloth, lotion, comb, toothbrush, toothpaste, and they have already been shared with our elementary schools, with our middle school and high school to come. Big shout out to these four individuals who assisted us in the daytime Rotary Club of Clinton Sampson and Shrimp Fest was Alicia, Arhana, Eric, Pedro, and Sierra. So big shout out to those 5 students that assisted us. And then recently we had Miss North Carolina Sophia Kelstrom recently visited CHS and shared her message of making a change and fighting food insecurity. And we got a great picture of all of our queens and Miss North Carolina right there. Then we had Miss Shakayla Bryant Lamb. Huge congratulations to her if you're listening. She received her Bachelor's of Science in Elementary Education. She's currently serving as a first-year teacher at Butler Avenue. Then she was here earlier, but we had the first time I can think of that we ever acknowledged an Assistant Principal of the Year, and she was selected by her peers, and that is Miss Nicole Boykin. And we moved forward and sent her name on to the National Association of Elementary School Principals AP Award, and we hope that we're going to hear back that she won that. You probably saw this up in the foyer earlier, but a special shout out to our Be Nice Club. Miss Slater was here earlier presenting, but she is also our sponsor for the Be Nice Club, and they did some recent work around World Kindness Day. Again, my character walks, I absolutely love these. Check these kids out and how they dressed up for Character Walk Day. And so it was great to see our kids for Character Walk Day. You've got that for Butler Avenue and LCK. I love all the work that they're doing. And then this weekend, this was not in my presentation until this weekend, but we had Shop with a Cop Day. And I believe Dr. Newkirk sent me this picture. So you can see our kids that participated and all of our officers. And again, we have a great, great relationship, not only with our Clinton PD, but also our sheriff's office. So a big shout out for them assisting us with Shop with a Cop. We recently had our Native American Heritage Month. John, if you'll play that video real quick, it's a short little clip of our Native American Assembly at Sampson Middle School. I wasn't able to be at that one because I believe we were having cabinet, but I did make it to Sunset, and me and the board chair, we had such a good time watching our Native American students and friends participate in those events. Shout out to our Sampson Middle School volleyball team. They were conference runner-up in both the regular season and the tournament. Shout out to our middle school soccer team for finishing as regular season conference runners-up. And those are my good news items. I think that's probably the fastest I've ever run through both of those. But you have all of that. I know y'all know that, but just know that takes, what you just saw takes hours and hours of dedication to get that together like that. But again, I appreciate all of our students and all of the work of our staff as we continue just to put Clinton City on the map. I mean, we're just doing great things in Clinton City. If you'll pull up our enrollment numbers, Mr. Lowe, real quick, you'll see the new enrollment numbers from this past Friday. Again, our numbers continue to go up. You'll see, we'll stop right there and we'll talk about the growth in just a minute, but thank you, Mr. Lowe, for that. My next item to highlight, Mr. Lowe, is all the way down in section 12 with the EVOS. It's at the very bottom of that. 24-25 school level and teacher EVOS data presentation. We're not going to go through all this, but what I would ask that you do, you can go ahead and John and stop right there. So we're going to look at each of those, John, but I just want you to know the exceptional work, because sometimes, you know, we talk about this a lot, and I want to make this point. We talk about, you know, again, I understand what we're trying to do, and I applaud what we're trying to do to move our numbers up. But there's a school in Pitt County that I shared this information with the principal, Principal Green, and he's reached out to their principal. They are 1 point difference than we are in overall performance composite, and it's North Pitt High School. And they have been steady, like our numbers have been steady for the last several years. I want y'all to look up North Pitt High School. So it's not about the numbers moving, but I want you to know that for 10 consecutive years, that school has exceeded growth 10 consecutive years. Now that is phenomenal. I've never heard of another school in the state doing that. And so I'm going to put in touch, Mr. Green's going to get in touch with their principal. I talked to their superintendent, Steve Lassiter, about it at NC Greensboro. But John, if you'll go back, I do want to highlight LCK. You're not going to see number like this anywhere. This is over the last 3 years. LCK exceeded growth. They met growth in 24, but they had gone back about 7 whole points. Again, you want to stay in between -2 and +2 to be a school that's reaching growth. Last year, LCK was 8.11 overall for all of its indicators, exceeded growth. John, go to Butler Avenue. Butler Avenue, go back to that next slide. Butler Avenue moved from a -345 in the year previous to a +3.10. So both LCK and Butler Avenue exceeded growth. Fantastic to all of that, what they're doing there. Here is Sunset, and you can see again a 3-year increase. 23, they were -7.8. 24, -2.5. 25, -18. So again, positive movement on their growth indicators. Sampson Middle School in 22-23, they were -688. 23-24, -757. 24-25, -440. Again, positive movement in the right direction. And then last year at Clinton High School, -443 overall. John, go to the next slide. You can see again, positive movement from a -351 to a -621 to a -521. That is just when it says school accountability, that is like just the EOGs. John showed you the overall earlier with the -4. So in all 5 of our schools last year, we had significant improvement in growth. And so just to tout our principals, they're doing a great job, and our teachers are doing a great job. And so I want y'all to look at that. And then in our January meeting, just let me know if you have any questions about our EVOS data. I did want to let you know that the Wales trip, when I first presented this to you, there was 2 different dates. It has been finalized, and ECU bought our airline tickets on Friday. So I have my airline ticket. I have my passport already. So February 21st through 28th, I'll be in Wales, and we're going to Wales. That's why I wanted Jamie to present on community schools. We're going to Wales because every single school in Wales is a community schools. And so we're going there to study what Wales is doing around community-focused schools model. We've already talked about the challenge grant and meeting that. Principal working condition survey. I want to shout out our principals. We were one of 11 districts that was slated to participate in that. I was on the committee that was working with the principal working condition survey. I'll actually be presenting in Pinehurst tomorrow. But out of the 11 districts, there was only 4 districts that had a perfect 100% response. This is not just principals that complete this. It's principals, assistant principals, and principal interns. But our district was one of 4 districts that had a 100% perfect response rate. So shout out to Clinton City Schools and for getting that completed. And what we're going to receive, I think it's $3,200, $3,250 that we get to do for some leadership development for our participation in that program. You guys already approved, but we stayed with Pierce Group for our cafeteria benefits. Moving on, John. Our 071 supplement, that's the extra money that we get from the state. You approved that tonight as well, and our teachers will see that in January. Our classified staff have a classified supplement. They already received that in their November paycheck. This is what I wanted to share about growth. You saw that our numbers continue to grow in Clinton City Schools. We are one of the very, very few Eastern North Carolina public school units that's growing. I believe it's us, Brunswick, and I think one more. And so we are experiencing enrollment growth over projections. And so we're going to be receiving an additional state funding of $105,668. Don't try to spend that because we are going to be assisting with personnel needed to offset this growth by reducing the amount of funds that must be directed from our local budget. So again, we appreciate that we're continuing to grow and not give money back. Mr. Lowe has been recently showing our property at College Street. There's like 2 or 3 different things that are going on with our College Street property. So just know that we've not forgot about that property, that we're still having discussions and moving forward with some conversations around that. We're nearly complete with our YMCA Safety Around Water program. Is it 1 or 2 classes left, Dr. Newkirk? 1 or 2 classes of the YMCA? 3 classes that still have to participate in that. They're going to do that after Christmas break. You also voted and approved our draft 1 of the calendar. I wanted you all to see the votes. We collected 187 votes, and it was significant. 78.6% of our faculty and staff favored draft 1, which you all approved earlier. There can 27 legislative update. If you read all that information from the NCSBA, you already know there continues to be very little movement from Raleigh, with negotiations currently stalled in our House and Senate, primarily around Medicaid and tax revenue. Our House Speaker, Destin Hall, did seem a little optimistic about getting something done in some quotes that I read this weekend, but both me and my staff do not think that there's going to be any movement, but we're going to continue to hold out hopes. I told them the other day in cabinet, we're holding out hopes for a Christmas miracle, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, Carol has got it. Dark Horse Ring of Honor, we have reconvened that group. They are discussing next steps. Our nominations will continue throughout the spring. Dr. Brunson, what was the deadline on that? Do you remember? Yes, ma'am. July 1, I think, is also correct. So if you have any nominations, you can contact Brad Spell, Chad Brewer, and/or Principal Green, or Dr. Brunson, myself, the others. Currently, our boys and girls at Sampson Middle School are playing basketball games. Our girls are 1 and 2. Our boys are 3 and 0. Basketball here at the high school is really going really well. Our JV girls are 3 and 1. Varsity girls are 4 and 0. JV boys are 3 and 0. And our varsity boys, although they're 1 and 2, both games was 1 possession. Could have gone either way at the end. So all of our teams are doing great. We play Wednesday night at home versus North Duplin. And then there are a bunch of dates below, things going on, upcoming events. Make sure you're aware of those and let me know what questions you have. I'll be happy to assist you.
Dr. Johnson, I'm curious to know when, and I know this is a new platform, we're all getting used to this Diligent platform, but when we're able to, sometimes we're able to access your file, and like tonight, I can't see it. You went through the whole thing and I couldn't access it at all. And then other times you can click on it, it opens right up. What do we need to do? How do we fix it? I don't know.
Not sure. Part of it is there's no wireless access point on this side of that proscenium. So I don't know if it's just buffering here. It came up fine for me. It's just getting used to the platform where you have to click in the left column to then open it in the right pane in Diligent Communities. So I'm not sure.
It did it for yours too, John. We couldn't get in, we couldn't access yours. You couldn't either? Yeah, couldn't access yours either.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because like John's saying, if he can open it up from his platform, I don't know why his would be any different than yours.
Yeah, because the links, I know my link was shared. Anyone with the link can open. I don't know.
I couldn't open Dr. Johnson from home. Remember I told you that I couldn't open it from home either, or here. We'll
have Miss Van. Miss Van has had several email conversations with Diligent Communities. We'll have her to reach out to see what we need to do to make sure that that doesn't happen again, Miss Worley.
And because once this thing goes live, the public, those who are listening, or anytime anybody wants to go back and look at it, they should be able to access these. Yes. Yep. Okay. So we just need to check into it. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. J, for the Ring of Honor, I've had a few, and I've directed them to Coach Spell. I don't know if they've called him or not, but a few questions around why are we charging $25 per nomination?
It's primarily for the plaque and the different items that are going to be used to share those with our, with our community.
Just as feedback doesn't make a, I think that's discouraging people from nominating, just from what it's been said to me at different ball games and stuff.
I'll take that back to the committee, and Dr. Brunson is also a member of the committee, so she can take it back as well. But thanks for sharing that.
And in the meanwhile, if there's anyone who would like to nominate someone and the $25 is a barrier, just tell them to contact anybody on the committee. We'll make it work. We're not gonna let $25 stand in the way.
Thank you.
Other questions? Thank y'all.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson, for all that information. And we'll take that into consideration as we move on. Couple of things in the Board of Education items. We've decided to do the band banquet Thursday night instead of the holiday dinner. I think it's 6 o'clock here.
Starts at 6 o'clock in the atrium.
6 o'clock in the atrium here Thursday night of this week, and then we'll reschedule our holiday dinner for some time. Our January meeting, I sent you a text about that, has been changed to January 26th. 5:30 on January 26th, and we'll let you know the place, depending on how many guests we'll have. Any other items from the Board of Ed?
For me, I would just like to thank everybody who made the reception possible today. I've seen several events that you all put on, and but it never ceased to amaze me how you can transform a room. And I mean, I just walked in here and was just speechless. And that's kind of hard for me because, I talk all the time. But I mean, absolutely amazing. Because love is in the details, and all of the little intricacies that make that so beautiful and so special. And for me. And I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you to everyone. I appreciate it. I feel the love. So thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Clark, Jeremy, Dr. O? If not, yeah, y'all do an amazing job. I didn't get to eat, but I'm going to get to eat. But I know the food is good. And the first lady that I talked to tonight said, "This is gorgeous. This is a school." The Christmas trees were awesome, and all the other decorations. Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you Thursday night here at 6 o'clock in the atrium. And Ms. Valerie, thank you so much. She's done a great job. Let's give her another round of applause. She made it through the first one. And she has also provided you some board development opportunities if you want to attend any of those that are put on by the NCSBA or any other opportunities that you'd like to participate in. Let her know. And that's all I have. I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion since Pastor Russ ain't here.
On behalf of Pastor Russ, Mr. Edgerton has made the motion to adjourn. Can I get a second? Second, Mr. Hales. All in favor, let it be known by the word aye. Motion carried. Adjourn. Thank you all.